Welcome to Leg Hell. Today we're going through an absolutely gruesome lower body dumbbell only home workout routine. We're gonna be hitting your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, 7 total exercises that are meant to demolition that lower body. As always, we're going through the first round right here. If you wanna push yourself, try and repeat this routine between 2 and 3 total times. Let me know down below if you can't get to that third round. I really wanna know if anybody can do it. Hey man, without further ado, let's just get the hell into it. So to start our workout, we're going to begin with 20 repetitions of some goblet squats. Now, if you have a tough time and you can't use both dumbbells, then go ahead and just use a single dumbbell. You want to have your feet about shoulder width apart, dumbbell or dumbbells right in the middle of your torso. Get that butt nice and low. Remember, on every repetition, you're going to be breathing in as you're coming down and breathing out as you're pushing your body right back up. Looking for control, keep that lower back as straight as you possibly can. Try and get down nice and low. The more depth you can get, the more challenging you actually make the exercise. Alright, next exercise here, we're going to be getting into the dumbbell deadlifts. We're going to be getting 15 repetitions. Now, what you want to actually do here is keep those feet a little bit more shallow than shoulder width apart. This just helps so that you can get those dumbbells down and they don't actually hit your knee on every repetition. Again, try and get nice and low, driving through those heels. Breathing at all times, never holding our breath. Directly after this, we're going to be getting into 30 seconds of some squat holds with just your body weight. Alright, catching our breath here, shaking out the legs a little bit, get some stretch of the quads right there because this exercise we're getting into here, this one is very challenging. So feet shoulder width apart, we're about to get down. Now we're into our position right here. You want to keep those arms out right in front of you here. This will help with balance. It'll also incorporate your shoulders a little bit as well. Focus on keeping that lower back nice and straight. Keep that position, that depth with your squat nice and low. Try and get those legs parallel with the ground. Now, if you need to take a break, halfway through because your legs are burning out, trust me, I understand this exercise is challenging. By all means, go ahead and do so. Take a break as short as possible and then jump back into it. Alright, next, grabbing the dumbbells, we're going to be getting into 20 repetitions of some reverse lunges. We're going to be doing 10 repetitions on the right leg, 10 repetitions on the left. However, we're going to be alternating. We're going to go 1 rep on the right, then 1 rep on the left. Bringing that knee down to the ground, you never actually want to slam it on the floor. Come down with control. Now also, the further you actually bring your leg out, the more you're going to engage your hamstrings and your glutes. If you want to focus more on your quads, then make that step backwards a little more shallow. Focusing on your balance and your control. If you can't meet the speed that I'm doing right here without losing your balance, then just slow your repetitions down a little bit more. It also helps to have one point of consistent view. So if you're just looking at one spot on the ground the entire time, this will help you with your balance. Alright, next exercise, we're going to be getting into some dumbbell swings. We're going to be getting 15 repetitions here. This is a great exercise to help to hit the hamstrings, your glutes, as well as your lower back. Alright, so grabbing one single dumbbell here, get your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width just so you have room for your arms. And what you're going to do is you're going to begin by hinging at those hips, coming down nice and low. Keep your legs fairly stationary. You want to have a soft bend in those knees. And what you're going to do is you're going to strictly hinge at those hips. As you're thrusting upwards, you're going to bring the dumbbell up, but you don't want to actually think about this exercise as I'm using my arms to lift the weight. The arms just carry the dumbbell. Most of the thrust and the power, that's coming from the lower body. So on every repetition, as you've got that dumbbell upwards, focus on squeezing and contracting those glutes. Good. Next, we got our two final exercises. Directly after the dumbbell swings, we're going to be getting into 12 repetitions of some dumbbell stiff-legged deadlifts. This exercise here will help to hit the hamstrings and the glutes. Catching a breath here, let's get into this thing. Now, foot positioning, I like a little bit more shallow than shoulder width. This just helps me to hit more of those hamstrings, and it just feels a lot more comfortable on the hips. So keeping those legs nice and straight, like locked essentially. Not locked to the point where they're excessively pushed back. Slight bend, but I mean locked as in you're gonna keep that position the whole time. You don't want to bend your knees. The more you bend your knees, the less of a stretch you're gonna get on the hamstrings. If you keep those legs locked, sorry, not locked, but if you keep them straight, then you're gonna be able to hit those hamstrings a lot better. Coming down just below the knees there, nice controlled position here. Try and keep that lower back as straight as possible, and as always, we want to keep some great tempo here. We're not coming down too fast. All right, to finish this workout here, to hit those glutes, we're going to be getting into 15 repetitions of some dumbbell hip thrusts. So placing the dumbbells on your hips right here, getting those feet planted right beneath you, you're gonna thrust your hips up, and on every repetition at the top of the range of motion, when your hips are highest, you're gonna focus on squeezing and contracting your glutes as hard as possible. I've also added in about a half of a second of an isometric hold at the top of the position. This helps to increase time under tension and develop more mind-muscle connection on every repetition. Control is vital here. You want to have a good tempo. We're not doing this as quickly as possible. The quicker you do your repetitions, the poorer your form is going to come out. So we want control here. Squeeze those glutes as hard as possible. And that concludes today's workout. Oh, I see you made it through the workout. Congratulations. Hey, if you want to push yourself, try and repeat this routine between 2 and 3 total times. And let me know down in the comment section if you can actually hit that 3rd round. Hey man, if you're looking for day-by-day, step-by-step workout programs that tell you exactly which workouts to do, as well as me going through them way more in depth than you'll see even on this YouTube channel, then be sure to check out Barbarian Body All Access. There's a link down in the description box. You can try it free for 7 days. There's nothing really to lose. I mean, if you don't like it, cancel it. If you do like it, keep it for as long as you want and then cancel whenever. I mean, it works out pretty well for everybody. Hey man, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to smash that like button down below, and also be sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification icon. Thanks so much for joining me. See you in the next video.